Hello, my name is David Webb, and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game, and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's my opponent to go first. I have a balanced rack, a lot of bingo-y tiles. I can't see a 7-letter bingo. The Y is slightly non-bingo-y, but it has the L and the IL for words ending ILY and LY. So I will consider the floaters that my opponent provides. If he changes, probably a short play like Doi would be my move. I haven't thought of any floaters which would give me an 8-letter word, but there may be some. Doi and Noi, both good short words. Even Yo might be worth considering. Now if my opponent plays a P, I think I have Palinodi. But I could be confusing that with Palinode. That would be a tricky spot to be in. I certainly wouldn't want to start the game with a phony. Phonies are always expensive, or almost always expensive. My opponent's taking a while with their move. Now, great, no P. What about the B and the R? Well, they both look pretty good. Can't see anything with the B. The O is unlikely, it duplicates an O on my rack. What about the R? Inroad plus LY. Ordainedly not good. Well, if there is a bingo there, it's fairly high probability, but I haven't seen it. Now what I can do is play Doi down here. For 22 points. And I duplicate the A and the N, that's not good. Just looking at the floaters on the board to see if I have an 8-letter bingo. I don't think I have a 7. Through a T I would have plantain. Well, my opponent's blocked most of the, or obstructed most of the floaters on the board. What I want to do is sort out my duplicates and use the P for score. Now, I can do that with Pina across here. It would be good to split up the L and the N, they lack synergy. Pinna is good, P-I-double-N-A, but that doesn't play in this spot, and I think I do need to play in this spot to get a good score. Pina takes an S in front, I have an S. And I have bingo-y tiles, but I can't see a bingo. I have 2 sets of duplicates, and that's hampering my bingo prospects. And I have no scoring tiles. I do have an N for going underneath Chi and an I or an A for going underneath the P. So I could play Lane, and what's nice about this is that Lane takes an S in front and I have an S. 24 points, not a great score, but with no tile scoring more than 1 point. That's pretty good. Well, this looks promising. Through a T, I would have entails. I can't see a 7-letter bingo with this rack, but it's very close to a bingo. Not too many floaters to consider, just the L of lane, which duplicates the L on my rack. I have a 14-point lead, which is quite slender. I do have a scoring tile in the Y. But I can't see anywhere great for that. Heart takes a C in front. All those words are good. So, where can my Y go? My opponent's provided no floaters. I'm looking in row H to see if I can extend board to the triple word square. Can't see a way of doing that. Now board takes an E, so I could play down here. I could play alley, A-L-E-Y-E. That wrecks the rack leave. So what about playing Yale in that spot? Rack leave's pretty good. I don't like placing the A next to this triple letter square. My opponent could put the Z there and score 60 or 70 points, so this doesn't feel like a great play. Only 22 points. That doesn't feel great. What about a play ending EY? That would be a 5-letter play. Can't see anything there. I've got 16 minutes left, so time's okay. This rack is quite good, so I don't want to wreck it. Well, what about L-E-Y across here? That would leave a very good rack leave, A-E-N-S. Scores 28 points, which is good. I do have the S for going after lay across here. I don't think this is too dangerous of an opening. I have the J for score. I don't have a 7 with this rack. I can play Jane in column 11, making board. Again, that's placing the A next to the triple letter square, so not great. Ugh takes a J in front. Now, can I play in row O? I don't have a bingo. And I'd like to play off my J since the remaining tiles are so bingo-y. So do I have anything beginning with S which uses the J? Nope. And what about row E? Can I place my J here? No, I don't have anything ending with the J, which is annoying. And my N can't go above there. So what I can do is Jane across here. This doesn't feel great. It is opening the board up. It's opening up row D. But it's keeping well, it's just not a great rack leave. I'm thinking JEE is going to be a better rack leave. 28 points. Should I play the J? I think so, because it improves the vowel consonant balance and scores 2 extra points, so 30 points for a G. And that provides a distraction to my opponent, which is going to increase the chances of row O staying available, row L and column 11, which I want, because I think these 3 tiles are quite bingo-y. No 7-letter bingo here that I can see. I've got the F for score, and I'll be looking to get rid of the U. Fustian is with an A, not an O. I would have fountains through the right floaters. I've got a 10-point lead at this point. Now, my F can go above this E. Can I take advantage of that? Nothing goes in front of the J. My F doesn't go after this A. But I am looking to play off the U as well. That is not bingo-y. This is a useful, well, a low probability lane that I need to keep an eye on in case I can put a high-scoring tile on here. Now, row O has been taken out, unless I have onslaught. So, how can I play off my F and my U? Tofu is good, but I haven't seen anywhere great for that. Ah, there's a lovely play I can make. This completely sorts the rack out. Fuji down here. Rack leaves okay, and it's 28 points. Well, again, this looks close to a bingo. Do I have one? Through an E, I would have conchooses, but very few floaters on this board. You've got this sort of laddery pattern down to the bottom left and also up towards the top left. I have a 38-point lead. Column 11 is available for a 7-letter bingo ending in S. But I just can't see one with this rack, but it must be close. 2 sons isn't good. Can't see anything with the beginning with the F. Fustock is good. Well, that's not even going to get doubled, so I shouldn't consider that. I can't play in column 4 because my O and my U don't go after the F. Nothing goes in front of TI. Nothing goes in front of GU. Now this R is available as a floater, especially as GAT, well, because GAT takes an E, but I don't have an E. Plenty of E's still to come though. Through an I would have suctions, but just no floaters on this board. Fuji takes an S, but I certainly want to play off the U as well. So where can my C play? The chart hook has been massively obstructed. I don't have to play off the C because it's quite a bingo-y tile, but it is my only scoring tile, which is why I'm considering playing it. Fustock is only 13, and that's just not good enough. I could play Tonus across here. 16 points. Well, what I'm thinking about doing is racking the rack. There are still 2 blanks to come. I'm taking out the easiest bingo lane for my opponent, turning over a lot of tiles, retaining an S. Scoring 24 points, which is not great, but I wasn't going to get much more than that with that rack. And the C is obstructive in terms of parallel plays in columns 10 and 12, because CH is the only 2-letter C word. Great, I have saddles. That plays in row L, making EAS. It also plays in row N, making pits. Hopefully, one of those openings will remain available. Now, I do have floaters in counts to consider. Can't see anything through the C. What about the O? No, can't see anything there. And I can't see anything through the U, so it's just the 2 spots for saddles. Query doesn't take an S. I don't think saddles has got an anagram. Great, my spots remain available. This is the higher scoring. Great time to get a bingo. I'm only 30 points ahead, but this is going to put me 100 points ahead. 74. Well, somehow I managed to dodge both blanks. Unbelievable. Do I have... Well, no, I don't. I was thinking about akinesia through the second S of saddles, but I don't quite have the tiles for that. The duplicates aren't too much of a problem. I've got the K as a scoring tile, and I should be able to play off some of the vowels with that. I could play Kaizen in column 14. 38 points, good score. Dreadful rack leave. Double EA. Mind you, only 1 A in the bag. 15 vowels, 37 tiles, so slightly consonant heavy bag. I do have short K words, K-A-E, K-A-I-E, but I haven't spotted anywhere to play any of them yet. And I'm looking to play off a lot of tiles, given that there are two blanks. I also have in mind that the E and the S of saddles are very useful floaters, so I probably want to take them out. I can't play parallel to saddles and use my K. And I think I do need to play the K for score. Kizan is really tempting for the score. It is, however, opening up column 15 and row O. Maybe there's a better play I can make through that. Well, whatever play I make is going to open up column 15. My opponent has got 11 minutes left, I've got 9. Counts takes nothing in front of it. A key is good, A-K-E-E, and I think A-C-K-E-E. I'm looking at the sea of counts, but I don't really want to play that. It's providing too many good opportunities for my opponent. Lay in column 3 takes an A in front. Well, there goes one of the blanks. Good score for my opponent. 64 points. Could have been a lot worse. Now the V takes nothing in front of it, or sorry, to either side of it, so I can't play parallel to it in columns 13 or 15. My opponent is only 30 points behind, and he could have the second blank. So, what to do? I'm looking at this I to consider placing the K there, but I can't see a way of playing down and getting the move doubled. 4 E's left. I could play a keen. Doesn't feel great. Well, let me see what Ake scores in this spot. £26 points, pretty good. I do want to keep scoring. The C is a reasonable amount of synergy with my remaining tiles. But what's bad about this is that the rack leave is vowel heavy. So, is there a better play? I've only got 7 minutes. There are 23 tiles in the bag, which is a lot. And by making this play, I'm making column 15 more valuable. Maybe I could play through one of the floaters in counts. No, I'm going to take the points. Great, I draw the Z. And I'm not deluged with vowels. Whiz and wins, wans are all good. Haven't spotted anywhere to play the Z yet. I'm looking in columns, well, rows C and D to see if I can place the Z on the double letter square and get the play doubled. And I don't think I can. I've got Atzioni in row D, but not doubling the, not placing the Z on the double letter square. Great. Look at this. £69 points, pretty useful. And I draw the X. I've got a 100-point lead. There are 12 tiles in the bag. The blank is still out there and the floaters of counts are available. And Dow takes an S, so my opponent could bingo in row O, a 7-letter play ending with an S. That would be using the blank as an S. If he doesn't play there, I could play Axils, getting another big score. Now, what's annoying is that I can't play across here because I don't have a vowel or anything which goes underneath the N. So, Axils in row O, 44 points. Not a great rack leave, but there are plenty of vowels out there, so I'd be unlucky to have only consonants. I guess I could just play Axe across here. That would be over 30 points. 28 for my opponent. So this is what I'm thinking about. 9 tiles left in the bag. The blank could be in the bag still. That's 44 points, which is a good score. Do I have any alternative plays in the same spot, especially one which uses one of the R's? Don't think so. And I think this is the right thing to do, taking out this easy bingo lane. I'm leaving the floaters in counts, but that's much harder to find a bingo through than simply a bingo ending in an S. The remaining tiles not particularly bingo-y. Well, my opponent probably does have the second blank. Now I note my F can go after AR here. Do I have anything? Well, the R goes after KI, so FR. And that's the end of the story down there. So maybe I won't be able to use that. I could play if. Well, 35 points, not bad. I've now got a 120 point lead, which should be enough. Two tiles in the bag. Now, should I block the floaters in counts? Well, what I'd rather do is play across here. Do I have anything? Well, I could play FA. Let me see what this scores. 35 points. It empties the bag, but it scores so much that it guarantees the win. And it's going to leave me with 7 tiles, so I could have a bingo myself next go. But can I do better than this? Well, not in this spot. I don't think I've missed anything. Mr. Bingo through the C and the O of counts. Yep, I think I'll go with this. Well, quite a nice rack. I can now see what my opponent's got. He's got B pitties through an E or an S. B and the P don't go particularly well together. I'm just looking to see if I can see anything through the C or the O. Well, close to epibolic and periboli. Well, I can't see anything. Do I have anything myself? I've got the over prefix with CIR. Can't see any 7s on my rack. Can't see anything with the C and the O, which duplicate tiles on my rack. That seems to happen all too often. I could have a 9-letter play beginning with the F of Fuji. Not very likely. My opponent's likely to go out in 2, so I may only have one more play. I'm just wondering if last go FRA down here mightn't have been better. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. So, my opponent, well, he may go out, he may not. The board's quite blocked. What can I do? And I'm looking around up here because there are premium squares and vowels. I could play there. Let me see what this scores. That's 26 points, which is not bad. Am I providing an out for my opponent? Well, no, I'm not. I've got 2 minutes left. But am I providing myself with an out for next go? Well, I haven't seen anywhere to go out, which is annoying. I'm sure there are plenty of outs in 2. So, do I want to play there? I'm looking to see if I can play off the V and the C, or just play off more tiles. I could play further across here. 18 points, leaving CI. Well, that's not particularly good. One minute left. I can't see a way of putting one of my premium tiles here. My opponent's blocked Groove. Well, I don't think this is a great play, but I'm struggling. 26 points. I don't have anything through the V. So maybe a case of just looking for somewhere to play the C. Rivo is good. My opponent gets 6 points for Till down here. He's provided no new opportunities for me. I've got less than a minute left. What am I going to do? I would have Orsin onto an N. I can play Rock across here. That's 14 points. Probably is a better play. But I'm a little short on time. My opponent's got BI blank. He could play Vibs across here. 24 points. Buys for 15. Okay, pass to end the game. And the final score, 325 to my opponent, 471 to me, a winning margin of 146 points. So a high-scoring game. Let's see what I missed. Now, it was my opponent to go first, and he had the blank from the beginning. He played Boar. Did he miss a bingo? Yeah, I think he has Bagora. He does. Now, did I miss a bingo? No, I did not. I played Doy for 22. I could have got 26 for Doily, 4 more points. Very difficult to judge the quality of a rack lever of AILN compared to AN. more bingo-y tiles, but there's no E or S amongst them. Now, this was my opponent's rack. And he got 37 for query, which is pretty good. I don't really understand my opponent's comments, but maybe I just have a setting which means I can't chat during a game. So, this was my rack. What did I do? I played Piner for 27. Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch of similar moves there. My opponent's rack, he's got tagged Martyr. That plays in row G. Yep, and also meta tag. Now, did I have anything with this unpleasant looking rack? No, I didn't. And lane looks best. This was my opponent's rack. Does he have a bingo with this rack? No. Now, this looked very close to a bingo, but I didn't have one. N2. AYES. Wow, 39 points. Pretty good. What did I do? LEY for 28, but I'm keeping the S, so actually that's... yeah, I think that is best. This rack leave AENS is a lot better than the others that are shown there. Nothing great there here for my opponent. He plays Mud. Now, Genie's not good. Add G, N5. Ah, well, across here, 33. I don't like that. Placing an E above this triple word square. My G play was only 3 points less. My opponent's rack. He played on. Now, did I miss anything with this rack? No, and Fuji looks best. Horrible rack for my opponent, no vowels. He plays GATS. And I have suctions without the I. And counts C11, that was my play. That looks pretty good for my opponent. What does he have? Well, no bingos. And I have saddles, having played off 6 tiles. Drawing 6 random tiles, I'm fortunate to have a bingo. And saddles was the only playable one. Great rack for my opponent, since he had an awful rack just last go, I think. He found vitrines, nice bingo. And I struggled. I think this was the first rack I really struggled with. Didn't like what I did in the end. N5, a key across here, not good, only 24 points, and placing the E over the triple word square. What I did was A at H13, which actually doesn't look too bad compared to the other moves on offer. Not a great rack for my opponent. He plays Woe for 25, and that set me up for Wizen or Wins for 69. Which were best? My opponent's rack, he plays Hog rather. And at this point I played Axils because although there was no S's left, there was a blank, and this looked the best bingo lane for my opponent. So I blocked that with Axils. Ah, Dowl is good, so I could have just played Axil and not Axils for only 3 fewer points. But the S doesn't have a huge amount of value on this board, so that's not a big error. Lots of vowels for my opponent. He plays OE. Now here I think I did mess up. I played Far at N6 for 35, but I think D12, FRO or FRA may well be better. It's taking out the only floaters on this board that my opponent could use, but arguably he has no, or he probably has no playable bingos. Well, unlikely to, but I suspect there are some which he could have, so I think Fro would have been a better play. Anyway, I played Far. This was my opponent's rack. He didn't have a bingo. He played Sep, and now I think I probably had a suboptimal endgame. Now, I played there. I could have played via keeping CAOR, and that would have been much better, because I could have then gone out with cover and possibly elsewhere, so that would certainly have been a better play. Let's see if my opponent could have gone out. He couldn't. He played till, and now I'm struggling. And Orc and Rock, well, those are the best plays, but if I'd played via, I could have gone out with cover. This was my opponent's rack, Vibe and Vips for 24, but he played something else. Biz for 15. That was the end of the game, and it was a good game. A bit of a ladder down towards the bottom and the top left, but that freed up once Counts was played, and I was able to get saddles down, and then quite a few high-scoring plays were made, and the end result was getting on towards 500 points. That was a good high-scoring victory with over 140 points of winning spread. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video and got something out of it. My name is DWEEB, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.